I've been having a lot of conversations with you lately about overgiving and overdoing and making sure you're taking care of yourself. And this week, I ain't do none of that. Fred, your girl is tired. I've been canceling plans and I'm just not. I don't even really know how to explain where I am or what I'm feeling, but I'm this level of not that I'm literally filming this video from my bed in some sweats and I am super comfortable. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to go take a nap because your girl is exhausted. I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed. I am honest. My body, my mind, my spirit, my soul, my body, they all need rest. And this really is just a good reminder that in every season to take care of you. That fatigue that you feel, that's not a sign of laziness. If you're anything like me, you've got life going on. You are taking care of a number of different people. Your body is literally like, just no, just stop, rest, rejuvenate. Friend, let's talk for a minute about guilt and the ways that it keeps you from moving forward this week. All the things that I did were necessary, they were important, and I don't regret any of those moments. But it has put me in a position today where I am exhausted. Now, my mind is feeling this measure of guilt because I'm like, girl, you have all this stuff that you need to do, blah, 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 blah. And it is later than what I intended to be doing things, but I had to honor my need to rest. Guilt will actually rob you of making good decisions. Guilt will not allow you to rest. And it's a vicious cycle because guilt over resting will actually cause you to not get productive rest. Then you're still tired and the cycle goes on and on. Before you know it, there goes that to-do list that you had still not getting done. The best way to push away guilt is to remind yourself that the things that need to get done will get done. God keeps reminding me that there's a timetable that I have and there's a timetable that he has. His timetable and my timetable don't always look alike. In my timetable, A is supposed to come before B and then C. God continually shows me that in his plan, what I think is point B is actually point C or D. When I fall in line with his timing, I'm never wrong and I never miss it. When guilt tries to creep in and make you feel like you're not hitting that aligned timeline, ask yourself, is my timeline aligning with God's timeline? Do I really trust and believe that God can still work this out? There are moments when I feel like I've missed God, but I recognize in hindsight that God has never missed me. He says in the book of Isaiah that his plans and his ways are not like my plans and my ways. Then my favorite scripture, Jeremiah 29:11, says, I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future. Even though I may be doing my best to trust him, there are going to be things that happen in life that don't make sense to me. He can still use those moments when I feel like I've missed it and I've missed the mark. He still has a plan and a purpose for me. That really helps to push the guilt away when I don't have the energy or the capacity to do things in the timetable that I set for myself. I am so thankful that I have a God that has plans for me that are outside of the plans that I have for myself. You know what I mean? Anybody else ever struggle with that? I am a bigger control freak than what I thought I was. See, I thought that I was good with letting go and letting God, but I'm recognizing that maybe I'm not as good at that as I thought I was. I'm also recognizing that there's a peace in stillness as I get into busier seasons of life. I recognize the need to stop and just be alone. I love my friends. I enjoy being social. I love my family and I like spending time with them. But I recognize that I recharge so much better when it's just me and God. One thing that I try to do regularly is to schedule in quiet time. I have quiet time in the mornings every day before my day gets moving. I also try to put in quiet days where I'm not making plans, where I'm not expected to people. Today I had things that I planned to do I had to say to people, listen, I know that we had plans for today. I am not feeling it today. I don't have the capacity today. I need to be still today. I didn't even recognize that I had poured out so much more of myself this week than what I thought I did. And so this moment of stillness is what actually gave me some capacity to feel myself right now because I did not have it. I'm thankful for God just giving me that revelation. This is your reminder that sometimes it is okay for you to sit still and just be, to not people, to say no to some things, to push back some things, to reschedule some things. It's absolutely okay and probably even necessary for you to do that. If you've been feeling unrest, discomfort, overwhelmed, if you've been struggling with your capacity, maybe this is something that you need to add into your schedule too. It is a game changer for sure. Let's also be real. It is the end of what's probably been a very busy, possibly very trying year. And there's all these things that we want to cram into the very end of the year because for some reason, December feels like such a final thing. And I get it. I totally understand that. I am that person who in the past has been like, oh my gosh, I didn't get these goals done. There's this overwhelm and this guilt of feeling like you have to have all of these things done within this certain time frame. Let me reassure you, it is okay sometimes to not have those things checked off of your list by the end of December. By God's grace, hopefully you'll have more months, more days, more weeks to be able to get the things done that you desire to get done. Focus on what you actually did do. I'm positive that if you put those wins down on paper and actually took a moment and looked at them, you'd be much more optimistic about your future. You're never going to achieve your goals by looking at your failures. Start looking at those things in the form of a win. Celebrate those wins. Look at those things that you have done well. Look at them as a lesson. What did I learn from this thing? How could I do this better in the future? Do I even want to attempt this thing again? Let's be real. Some of those things that were on your to-do list back in January are not nearly as important as we're approaching January again. And if you did not achieve it, perhaps that goal wasn't realistic. Maybe it wasn't something that you actually could fit in your life. At the end of the day, everything that we do, win or loss, is something that we can learn from. What have you learned this year? Now, listen, friend, if you have made it this far, we obviously like each other. Like at this point, we're practically besties and we go together. So, look, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I'm posting more content. Follow me if you have not already. And as always, friend, have an amazing day because you are amazing. I love you. See you later.